conflict. The conflict can have a wide range of consequences affecting, they can affect an individual, can affect a community or group, they can affect national, it depends. The consequence of conflict can be both, it can be immediate, you can see the immediate consequence, or at long time, there are consequence. The consequence can be in social, economic, political, psychological dimension. So maybe I want that you help me to share some consequences of conflict. Who can share with us the consequence?
For example, here an example of purpose, we see most of the time emotional instabilities among the couples. That's a consequence. You know, nowadays we have many people in the hospital at Ndera, and most of them arise from the conflict between the couples.
So she said that she worked at Ndera Hospital. No. She gave an example that at Ndera Hospital, there are the cases they receive due to the conflict in the family, due to the psychological, because they experienced a consequence of conflict, and this it required to go to Ndera for medical support.
Conflicts causes poverty.
Yeah.
Because in the society where there is conflicts, it will be difficult for people to raise the economic stability. There will always be these conflicts, and so it will be hard for them to eliminate poverty in the area. And conflicts will make barriers which will stop them from developing.
Yes.
It can cause wars, and people cannot develop where there are any wars.
Yes.
So I think that poverty is one of the most understandable consequences of the conflict.
Yeah, you give an example of poverty. If in a country there is a war due to the conflict, it means that the people don't have time to work, and also the investors, they don't come to invest in that country, and this leads to the poverty. It was at national level, even in the family. If the couple for example, in the family, if the couple fight, it means that they don't have time to invest, because always they are in fighting, even they don't have the same goals. You understand? This is one of consequences of conflict.
Other one as organizations can make a mismanagement about finance, decisions.
Yes. If in an organization there is a conflict, there is
Mismanagement.
there is mismanagement, and people cannot concentrate on their work because they are in the conflict. Yeah.
At family level, you can see that there is a human rights
the consequence we mentioned on this slide. So for consequence, you have a loss of life and injury. So, you know, if there is a conflict, there is a war, it means that people lost life, people died. There is a displacement and the refugees. You know, the consequence, if there is war, there is fighting, the people depressed and even go outside the country. There is the refugees. For example, you know, the case of refugee we have here in Rwanda, you have many refugee camps. It's due to the war that happened on our neighbor's country. So, we have also the destruction of infrastructures. You know, due to the fighting, you know that there are infrastructures that they are destroyed. For example, you can see the buildings that are destroyed. You see the school, you see even the house. They are, due to the fighting, they are infrastructures that are destroyed. So, also, with conflict, there is an economic impact. As you say, there is a poverty, there is people who lose their job, there is a decrease in investment in the country. This is have impact on the economy. Also, with conflict, it means also if it is at a national level, it can be political instability, and this means that you can see the violence in the country. You can see instability in governance. So this is also the consequence of conflict. As she said, conflict also can cause human rights violation. Even if you start at the house level, if there is a conflict, child rights are not respected. If you fight, it means that you can see the children who don't go to school. If you fight, it means that you can see that the one of partner is violated. For example, physical abuse, and you also, if the couple there is a conflict, you can see that the children are neglected. At the national level, also you see that there is a violation of human rights. As she mentioned the problem of psychological problems. You see, with the conflict, if it is at a household level, there are problems of psychological depression. Those people who go to DENA due to the problem of psychological. And also, you know that before at the national level, you know that after the genocide, we had many cases of people traumatized. Also, with conflict, there is impact on education. On education, as I say, if there is a conflict in the family, the children don't go go to school, there is dropout, there is also absenteeism. See that even though the result, school result, it is not good in the family where the problem, there is a conflict, and also impact at national level if there is a conflict, they treat people stop and they don't go to school due to the conflict. Also, with conflict, there is many problems related to health. For example, these people who are injured, those people who need medical services. Also, it affects the health care system because with conflict, it can happen that we lose the doctors and also the infrastructures are destroyed. There is also with conflict. There is also consequence for international relationship. If there is a problem among nations, it means that there is a problem. The relation is not good.
And press there. Press in the computer in the picture. Yeah, okay. خلاص.
Someone can comment this picture. Someone can help us comment the meaning of the picture of the video.
No need to stop.
Someone can help us.
Definitely for me, I just observed this picture. It is not a personal conflict, but it's a personal conflict. It is just a stress for this man, because when he beat the cow, no any reaction about it. Because this adaptation of the cow, and then this man beat it. So to me, it's a stress from that person. I think there is a personal conflict in himself. It's a stress, it's like emotion, reactional emotion.
Thank you. Another person can say something about it.
To add on what he said, I think he ended up losing what he was waiting for and what he struggled for.
Yeah, thank you. That means that it can happen that someone have a burnout or stress and he don't have patience on how to treat the cow because he can go with the milk and not go to beat the cow. This is the one interpretation. Another interpretation is that because he wanted to abuse cow, he lost the milk. And that is a consequence when someone harm you and you want to face him. You can lose what you have. So let us continue and see what. So it means that that person has a bucket. He could go with his bucket, with his milk, but now you see, he loses what he loses milk. And this is consequence of conflict. Now, we will see step of conflict, how it starts and how it grows. So, at the beginning it means that there is a compatibility. A conflict interest starts, for example, in the couple, there is incompatibility, maybe in goals. One wants to do saving and to invest, and another wants to enjoy life. This is a start. It means that a compatibility starts among two parties. This is an example. So that a compatibility starts, and those parties involved in the conflict, they don't control, they don't manage this conflict. There is a lack of coordination. So at the beginning, it means that the conflict is hidden. Someone who is beside, he don't know what is happening. But it means that the incompatibility already starts. So at that step, you start to confront each other. Silence, not publicly. After that, the compatibility, conflict interest starts among people, and is not seen by people who is outside. At a given time, there is a crisis. You start to speak out, you start to exposure your problem. And even, you see in the couple, you can see the physical abuse. You can see there is some sign which can be seen by people who are outside of you. For example, you have a couple or family. So in that time, you can see that the people, they don't talk together, and even you can see that in some cases you can see that one partner take his bed, another take her bed. There is a sign. There is the sign which shows that there is a problem, there is a conflict, and you speak out.
Okay, Brad, I think I can just make them a little bit reflect, because too much information put there. I think let us give them an exercise. What I'd like from you guys is 5-minute exercise to make sure that you are grasping too many information there. So my suggestion for you, each two together, is that you tell us you have already gone or seen a conflict in your life, for sure. Even in NGOs. Many projects maybe you do, but because of conflict between certain beneficiaries or certain suppliers, okay, the project, let's say, go into halt or doesn't continue, or it doesn't bring the outcome that you were expecting. Okay, so there must be a conflict that you have seen. Okay, and you give us example how this had the consequences later. Okay, or how it was mitigated. Let us reflect, because there are lots of information there. It's not the idea that this information we can find in the internet, right? but we need to practice. Okay, because the idea here is that we need to see how can we take this further in our real life. Okay, so please, I would like each two together to give us example of a conflict they have seen, even without mentioning names, of a family. Maybe you've seen in your life, in your family life, or you've seen in your village, or you've seen in your beneficiaries that you are helping, or during some of your students, maybe with your colleagues or with other people, or in your countries, like maybe our brother from South Sudan. Okay, they had many conflicts before the war with Sudan, and even after the war, they still have conflicts. Okay. So this is again something, a skill that we need to see. First of all, how we observe conflict, how we observe it when it starts, and how we could have we intervene in a certain area, we could have minimized the conflict. Let us take just 5 minutes and hear from you, okay. And then we continue. Just 5 minutes exercise. Let's give them 5 minutes. Each two together. We can work with our friends here. Work with your friends right here. Each two together. One of three. You can join here, my brother. You can join them. Okay. Join here. Or there. Whatever easier for you. So what is my question of you again?